Your Holiness, the glorious Sakya Vajradhara, the 41st great throne holder, excellent guide of all sentient beings, Dharma kings of the three realms, universal protector of the hereditary lineage of the Buddha races, and the ocean-like mental circles. Firstly, allow me to offer you my deepest respect and countless prostrations for my teardrops to your lotus feet. Also, Dungse Rinpoche's, Gundeling Rinpoche, Dzongsa Jaiman Khyentse Rinpoche, Jigme Khyentse Rinpoche, Tatsi Khen Rinpoche, Shepton Rinpoche's, Jesumas, Tomdo Rinpoche, the representative of Ganden Potang, and also the representative of all the high lamas and monasteries of different schools, and all the Khenpos and Tulkus, together with the Ocean Holy Assembly of Sangha members, and also Amita Mathuru, the advisor for Union Minister of State for Home Affairs, and Honorable Speaker, Khenpo Sonam Temple, and other members of the Tibetan Parliament, Honorable Ministers from Kashak, and Justice Commissioner, and also other officials of the Central Tibetan Administration, and all benefactors and guests and Dharma friends, and all of you who have traveled here from near and far. I would like to extend a warm, loving greetings and Tashi Delek to you all. And also all the Indian officials from states and from centrals, I would also like to say Tashi Delek to you all. The profound, vast and inconceivable Sutric and Tantric Dharma activities of which we are benefiting today came to us from India, the land of the Aryas, the source of the sacred Dharma. I would like to call to mind how this precious legacy is largely the fruit of the great kindness and compassion of the fully enlightened Shakyamuni Buddha. Similarly, when considering the spread of the complete fields of knowledge of Sutric and Tantric teachings of the Buddha Dharma throughout the great Tibetan Buddhist traditions, I would like to recall that this is due to the kindness of the triunity formed by the abbot Shantarakshita, Guru Padmasambhava, and the Dharma king Trizin, as well as that of the Indians and Nepalese pentators and siddhas, and the Tibetan translators who endured great hardship to accomplish their labor. As regards our Sakya lineage, it was first founded by Kongoncho Gyalpo in 1073, and then it was propagated by the 5 founding masters. It was subsequently maintained without interruption by many learned and highly realized beings, such as Vajradhara, Ngorchen Kunka Sangpo, Sarchen Chiki Gyalpo, Dzongpa Kunka Namgyal, and many others. This noble undertaking was perpetuated more recently by His Holiness Vajradhara Sakya Dachen Jigtar Rinpoche, the great protector Vajradhara Jaman Khyentse Chögye Lote, the great Vajradhara, His Eminence Kyabje Chögye Trizin Rinpoche, and also by the great lamas and Khenchens of our Kshetra or colleges. In order to prevent the degeneration of the doctrine, these noble beings ensured the continuous spread of the precious lineage of the great compassionate one, or the Sakya school, and ensure that it will remain long. I would like to honor their inestimable kindness, and imminently, under the cooling shade of the compassionate, who is the omniscient Lord, protector and guide of humanity, the crown of all the masters, the honor of all the dharmas. And also, we have the 41st Sakya Khoma Trizin Rinpoche, whose kindness is incomparable, and His Eminence Lutin Khenchen Rinpoche, who is the jewel in the crown of the multitude of Vinaya holders. In this perilous and dreaded era of the 5 degenerations, you too have upheld and continue to uphold peerless, illustrious, and inconceivable Dharma activities, supporting and propagating the precious teachings of the great compassionate one or Sakya lineage. It is indeed most fitting to recollect how, through the kindness and blessings of our root gurus, the Paltan Sakyapa lineage has remained strong and effectual until now. Because of this, our lineage has also been able to serve the Tibetan people and all sentient beings of this world in a way comparable to the noble Dharma activities of other Tibetan Buddhist lineages. On the 8th of May, 2014, Their Holinesses, the heads of the 2 Photangs, issued a memorandum that was praised and keenly endorsed. It stipulates that all Sakya Dungses from both Photangs endowed with particular qualifications should each assume the role of SakyaTrizin for a period of 3 years. For myself, I am neither favored with special qualifications, nor am I highly qualified, but owing to my seniority in age, it is now my responsibility to assume the role of throne holder for this period of 3 years. I would like to thank all of you for attending this enthronement ceremony and for granting it sufficient significance to warrant the inconvenience that your travel here has entailed. By mere virtue of being born in this hereditary Khan lineage, it is our duty to serve the doctrine of the Buddha and that of our own lineage. I will do my utmost to fulfill this responsibility successfully and to the best of my ability. I will strive to serve the doctrine in my role as throne holder. His Holiness Khoma Trizin Rinpoche has entrusted us young Dungses with the responsibility of taking turns in assuming the role of throne holder for a period of 3 years respectively. This system was already put into practice by His Eminence Lodin Khenchen Rinpoche when he handed over the role of epithelial throne holder of Ngor Awam Chenten to the next generation. In spite of this transference of duty, Khoma Trizin Rinpoche and Lodin Khenchen Rinpoche, you two are our Sakyapa's sun and moonlight. You two are our root gurus, you two are our protectors and guides, and you two are the pillars of the Sakya lineage. On behalf of all devotees of the Sakya lineage, with my 10 fingers clasped in the shape of a lotus at my heart, I would like to make the wholehearted request that you two great masters live long in the intrinsic nature of the Lord Amitabha, that you always turn the wheel of the profound and vast Dharma for the benefit of the doctrine and of sentient beings, that you continue to bless us with ceaseless advice and guidance, and that you always be our timeless mentors. Until now, the continuous theme of the Sakya empowerment lineage, our Sutric and Tantric oral transmission lineage, and the pure and authentic ritual traditions of the witness lineage related to the propitiation of mandala cycles have been maintained pure thanks to the existence and concordant activities of the living tradition of the harmonious Sangha. All these factors have come together through the tireless efforts of many great lamas and khenchens of the Kshetra or colleges, and the sincere and unconditional support of devotees, both lay and ordained, who sustained the former generation through their devoted service and generous sponsorship. 944 years have passed since the founding of the Sakya lineage in 1073. At this juncture, we must make it an absolute priority to pray fervently for this lineage and for the Buddha Dharma to remain for a long time. In 56 years' time, the year will be 2073, a millennium after the founding of our lineage, or the Sakya school. If I'm still alive at that time, I will be 100 years old according to Tibetan astrology. The responsibility of maintaining an effective and well-organized Sakya lineage lies not only upon high lamas of our generation and the younger generations, but also on all followers of the lineage. And thus, armed with sincere and good motivation, without being swayed by our own egoistic attachment and aversion, each one of us should carefully safeguard the precepts that we have promised to keep, including the refuge vows. For this, we should find support in a firm foundation based on the careful study of departing from the Four Attachments teachings. While building monasteries and statues are important to the upholding of the teachings, what is truly essential is the preeminence of the scriptures and realization of the Buddha Dharma. We need to steadfastly uphold these through teachings and practice, and it's essential that we constantly devote effort, time, and resources for this purpose. As monastics, we have been provided with an environment and facilities that are conducive to upholding the teachings through study and practice. And so we have the responsibility to make the Buddha Dharma relevant to our times and to put in place and carefully maintain structures and facilities propitious to its propagation. By casting away any untoward attitude of likes or dislikes created by arrogance and jealousy, and with a tame mind stream, we should strive to develop as decent Dharma practitioners and to display our resulting qualities through righteous physical and verbal behavior and mental attitude. Also, it is extremely important that we seek to inspire others to better themselves and to become faithful devotees. It is also very important that monasteries and Dharma centers dedicate themselves to promoting people's grasping and understanding of Buddhist thought and advising them on how to apply it to their daily lives. Buddhist teachings do not discriminate between races, religions, and lineages, or between believers and non-believers. It is a path that seeks to foster peace and benefit not only human beings, but all sentient beings, including those in the Partha realm. And so it is very important that we promote peace and harmony between all peoples and religions without any discrimination. Historically, India is the source from where Tibetan Buddhism originated, and we therefore consider India as the highly esteemed guru of the Tibetans. Throughout the critical times that our Tibetan culture has faced over the past decades, this support has been of immense value to the preservation and protection of our Tibetan Buddhist religions and culture. Lastly, I would like to conclude by offering these prayers. May the precious teachings of the Lord Buddha, the boundless source of benefit and happiness to all sentient beings, remain for a long time. May His Holiness and may the great masters from all traditions, without any exceptions, also live long. Through the exertion of their powerful influence and enlightened activities emanating in all directions, may all sentient beings swiftly find happiness, peace, and enlightenment. And also, I would like to thank all the guests who come from far and wide, and also Himachal Pradesh representatives, and all the officials. Thank you very much.